Welcome back to week 3 of our game day food and football series. This week we're going to be making cauliflower nachos. Let's get it. Alright, towners. To start making this cauliflower nachos, we took a whole head of cauliflower and cut all the florets off of the stalk. Went ahead and cleaned them all up. Sliced some of them in half. Some of the cauliflower florets were really large, so we just basically cut them in half. You can also quarter them if you like, but just trim them up to the size of your liking for your nachos. After that, we went ahead and took them and rinsed them off under some water with the colander and patted them dry with some paper towels. From there, after we patted them dry, got them as dry as we could, we just went ahead and put them in the refrigerator for about an hour, hour and a half, just to dry out uncovered, just straight into the fridge until we were ready to start cooking with them. Once we took it out of the refrigerator, we hit it with some olive oil and then some of our cooking with the Thatown2 seasonings. If you don't have any taco seasoning, you can make it yourself with some onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, paprika, cumin, basil, and oregano. And just mix everything together. Once you have it all coated and your cauliflower florets coated with your taco seasoning and your oil, go ahead and place them on a baking dish. We went ahead and got some aluminum foil, sprayed it with some cooking spray, and put all of our florets down. Try to space them out a bit so that none of them are touching, and that way you can get some good airflow around it. Here they are after 15 minutes. We cooked it for 30 minutes at 400 degrees. This is how it looked at the halfway point. Took them out and basically flipped them all over to get some more browning on the other side. Popped it back in the oven for the remaining 15 minutes. This is how it looked after they were complete, after 30 minutes in the oven. Go until you get your crispiness. The big ones are going to hold their shape well. They're not going to turn to mush or anything. So get as much color on them as you want. And you're good to go and ready to start building your nachos. So after we took them out of the oven, we went ahead and just basically pushed them all together into a large pile. We're basically just going to just form everything right here on this cookie tray. While the cauliflower was cooking, we did go ahead and browned up some hamburger meat. We hit the hamburger meat with the same seasoning, same taco seasoning that we put on the cauliflower. So everything's uniform. Brown up that meat and then pour that over top, about a quarter of a cup or so, or half a cup of meat. Put that over top of them, and then sprinkled over some cheese. Use whatever cheese you like, Monterey, cheddar, Colby Jack, whatever mixture you want. And we popped that right back into the oven for about 3 to 4 minutes, just basically enough for the cheese to brown. You can just also put it under the broiler and you're good. Went ahead and took one out to see if cheese was able to get a good cheese pull on that. Then we just hit it with our additional ingredients, some cilantro, green onions, some jalapenos, added some diced avocado on there, and then added on some salsa as well as some sour cream. And this was our nachos. These cauliflower nachos came out really good. The cauliflower florets work great. Mild flavor, don't overpower anything. And these were basically some of the healthiest nachos I've ever had. Definitely try these out and, add whatever meats or veggies you want. You can do it without any meat at all. You can do it just straight veggies. Or if you want, you could, chicken, steak, whatever toppings you want for that. But here we go. Now we're going to get back to our picks to see who we think is going to win this for this week on week 3. All right, towners. Welcome back. Here we are. We've made our cauliflower nachos. As you can see, kind of cooled down a bit because I had to do some stuff after I made them and everything. But here's a close-up of the cauliflower. You can definitely cut these cauliflower down into smaller pieces. And this definitely is not going to be all for me. After I made it, I took it off of the sheet tray that it was on. And I was all able to fill in his balls on his plate. So I just left it as that. And then me and the family just pick off of this and eat it for the rest of the day. But it's great. Nachos. The seasoning on the cauliflower, very simple. just some olive oil and taco seasoning and let that go. And you can basically have that by itself. I can definitely see that just being used, chopped it up in a little bit smaller. You can definitely make that as the meat for the taco. You can make cauliflower tacos with just this. The season on this is great. But I do want to play around and try this because I went to this, at my job, a food truck pulled up with, they were giving us lunch at my job and they had, wings and tacos and all this other stuff, but they had cauliflower tacos. So I asked them if I could just get like some naked wings with no breading or anything and some cauliflower. They were like, "Do you want us to fry it?" I was like, "Sure." So they just tossed the cauliflower into the grease and added some seasoning to it. So I do want to play around with the cauliflower whole like this, as opposed to the previous buffalo ones that we did. I want to try another recipe out with these also. But let's get to our picks. I went 12-4 again. 2 weeks in a row. Went 12-4. Let's see. Last week, week 2. All right. New York over Washington. We picked the Giants, and we lost that one on that last second field goal. Cincinnati at Chicago. We got that correctly, Chicago. Houston at Cleveland. Got that correct, Cleveland. The Rams at the Colts. We got that correct, the Rams. Buffalo at Miami. We got that correct, Buffalo. New England at the Jets. Correct, New England. 49ers and Philadelphia. We got that correct with the 49ers. The Raiders at Pittsburgh. We got that correct with the Raiders. New Orleans at Carolina. We got that wrong. We picked New Orleans. Carolina won that one. Denver at Jacksonville. We got that correct with Denver. Minnesota at Arizona. That came down to the last minute. Got that correct with Arizona. Atlanta and Tampa, got that correct with Tampa. Dallas and the Chargers, got that correct with Dallas. Tennessee and Seattle, we got that one wrong with, Tennessee won that. Kansas City and Baltimore, we got that one wrong with the Ravens winning that one. And Detroit and Green Bay, we got that correct. So the ones that we lost were, Washington, we lost New Orleans, Tennessee, and Baltimore. So 12-4 again, 2 weeks in a row. It's pretty good. Now going on to week 3. Got me a jalapeno here, get some spice in my life. All right. Excuse me. First game. Oh, my throat. First game we have here is Carolina. Let's stuff my face some more. All right. First game we have here is Carolina. What is in my throat? Carolina at Houston. There we go. Carolina at Houston. I'm sorry. Carolina at Houston. Houston just, Tyrod Taylor, I believe the quarterback, he got hurt again. So they brought in backup, and we know Deshaun isn't playing. He probably might not play this year unless they get traded, and he still probably wouldn't play. But Carolina at Houston, we're going to go with Carolina on that one. Sam Darnold's playing really well with the Panthers, and Houston just has too much going on. So I'm going to pick Carolina on that one. Washington and Buffalo. Washington quarterback, young guy, he came in and brought him back. Last second drive, came down and kicked that field goal. But Buffalo still, I believe they have too many weapons. Washington defense is playing well, but I think Buffalo's just too tough for them. So Josh Allen's playing well. And the running back Singletary, he's doing good as well. So I'm going to go with Buffalo for that game. Chicago at Cleveland. Chicago quarterback just got hurt. And they're letting Justin Fields start, the rookie. They're saying that no matter what, when he's available, he's going to come back. And you can't lose your job to injury, but shout out to Tyrod Taylor because he keeps getting a starting job, and as soon as he gets hurt, backup comes in and he never gets his job back. So I mean, you never know. If Fields plays good, he may have that job going forward, but they want to try to slowly progress him. But he's been thrown under the fire here. But Cleveland, I believe Jarvis Landry just got hurt, but Beckham Jr. is practicing back, so he may play, and so shouldn't be any tail off in production from that. But if they had them both, they'll be even more dynamic. But I'm going to go with Cleveland for that game. Cleveland versus Chicago. Baltimore at Detroit. Lamar Jackson, he's playing great and slowly getting his pieces back with his injuries. All the players that had injured and out, but he's still doing a job by himself. Detroit, Baltimore's going to win that game. Indianapolis at Tennessee. That's going to be a good game. Tennessee did crazy the second half of that game. Running back came with 3 touchdowns and just showed out because he had a poor performance the first game. But Indianapolis, they're playing well. They're playing okay, but they just lost the last game at the last second. So Carson Wentz for them. And I don't believe that T.Y. Hilton is back yet. But they do have other people stepping up and taking the roles and keeping everything going. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Tennessee with that game. Henry is just still doing what he does. To me, for some reason, he still looks slow when he's running. I guess he's so big and tall in front of him, but he still just outruns everybody. Like you can't catch him from behind. It's crazy. Chargers at Kansas City. Herbert's playing well. I would like for the Chargers to win this game, but I don't think they will. Chiefs have too much firepower. They lost that last game of the last second last week, but I believe that Kansas City will win this game, keep everything going. They're healthy, have all their players. Honey Badger came back last week to help out on the defense. And Mahomes, he's just doing Mahomes things. They were able to hold Tyreek Hill last week, which was surprising. He didn't go off as much as he normally does. But they still couldn't stop Kelsey and the rest of the speedsters that they have. So I'm going to go with Kansas City for that game. The Saints at the Patriots. This one, I wouldn't went all out with the Saints, but that last, the first game, the Saints went crazy. The second game, they had a letdown. And the Patriots are just slowly chugging along. They won the last game, and I don't know, this was tough. It's like, do you go with the first game performance that the Saints have, or do you go with the second game that was crappy? Saw a meme saying this is the most Jameis Winston's interception ever, where he just spun around and just threw the ball as far as he could, and it was picked off. But that run by the New England running back, that was crazy. He broke 6 or 7 tackles and still scored a 40-yard touchdown. It's in Foxborough. New England is I want to pick the Saints, but then I don't. What do I do? I originally said New England's going to win. I'm gonna go with the Saints. I'm gonna go with the Saints on this one. Atlanta at the Giants. I need a coin or something. Do you have a coin on? I have no clue who can win this game. If there's anything that I can toss, spin, flip a coin, this is literally a toss-up for me. I have nothing around here that I can flip. I don't know who to pick on this game, and I'm really let's see. We're going to spin this around. Maybe spin this fork. If it's anyway, what is it? Atlanta is okay. So anything facing this way is going to say Atlanta. Anything facing this way, I'm going to say it's the Giants. And maybe this won't even spin. Wow. Okay. It's facing this way. We're going with Atlanta. I don't know who to pick on that game. And Atlanta is what the odds said from spinning this fork. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. We're going to go with Pittsburgh. They were playing great last game until TJ Watt got hurt. They were playing really good on defense. They were putting pressure on Carr, but once he went out, the whole defense dynamic changed for them. I didn't check. I don't know if he's injured or still out for the next game, but I think they have enough on offense to keep it up and keep it going. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, they played the Steelers tough last year, but I think the Pictures are going to win this game. The Jets at Denver. Nick Chubb got hurt for Denver, and he's going to be out for a few weeks, so that's going to hurt on their defense. The Jets, they still need some work. But Teddy Bridgewater for Denver's been doing great on a quarterback, and I'm going to pick Denver for this one. Denver at the Jets. Dolphins at the Raiders. I think I'm going to pick the Raiders for this one. No, seriously, I just saw today that Tua, quarterback for the Dolphins, is going to be hurt, or he is hurt, and so he's not going to be playing. So that just more solidifies me picking the Raiders on that one. And Carr's been playing great. Almost over 800 yards passing yards, only one interception. Hopefully Josh Jacobs can play. I say he's still questionable. But our running backs did okay last week with the little committee that we had. But that's in I want to say home, but it's in Vegas. But I think the Raiders are going to win that game. Tampa Bay at the Rams. This is another tough one. Basically, due to the high powerness of this one, there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. I did see today that the wide receiver Tampa, I can't think of his name right now, just got put on the COVID list. So he's not going to be playing. Antonio Brown, Antonio Brown got put on a COVID list, so he most likely will be out for the game. So they're going to miss that. The Rams defense, they give up points, but, I guess with Brown and Evans not out there, Ramsey most likely will be locked up on Evans. So I'm going to go with the Rams on this one. Cooper Kupp's been going crazy. Hopefully they can keep it up with that offense, but yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams on this game. Tampa versus the Rams. Seattle versus Minnesota. That was a close game with Seattle. I thought they were going to pull it out, but they didn't. And Minnesota almost pulled their game out also, so they're playing a lot better. This game is in Minnesota, but I'm going to go with Seattle for that one also. Green Bay versus San Francisco. I think it's going to be another close game also. This is Sunday Night Football. We've been able to see Green Bay in both games. That first game they pulled out a dub, but this last game they brought everything back together and played really well. San Francisco, they've been scoring a lot of points in both games that they played. And this is in San Francisco, or Santa Clara, I should say, because they don't even play in San Francisco. But it's a home game for San Francisco. And Debo's been killing it. Still sucks to see that the running back got hurt last week, but the first week of the season. But I'm going to go with San Francisco for this game. Hard to say that Green Bay is going to start off 1-2, which we didn't expect that, but I'm going to go with San Francisco. I'm going to go on a limb and pick that one for that game. And then the Sunday night game, Philadelphia at Dallas. Monday night game, Philadelphia at Dallas. The Cowboys have been scoring a lot of points. Their offense is, I guess we kind of knew that the offense would do well once the quarterback came back and is healthy, and he's been showing that. Ezekiel has been running well. Philadelphia, they played well the first game, but kind of pulled up on the second one. I'm going to go with Dallas on this one, home game in Cowboy Stadium. And those are my picks for week 3. We went 12-4 back-to-back each week. This week might be a little tougher. A lot closer games. Maybe some a little harder to call. So it's going to be a toss-up on who's going to win or who can play per injuries. But we have Carolina at Houston. We're going to go with Carolina. Washington at Buffalo. We're going with Buffalo. Chicago at Cleveland. We're going with Cleveland. Baltimore at Detroit. We're going with Baltimore. The Colts at Tennessee. We said Tennessee, right? Yeah, Tennessee. The Chargers at Kansas City. We're going Kansas City. The Saints at the Patriots. We're going with the Saints. Atlanta at the Giants with a coin toss. We're going with Atlanta. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Arizona at Jacksonville. Arizona. The Jets at Denver. Dolphins at Raiders. Buccaneers at Rams. Seahawks at Vikings. Seahawks. Packers at 49ers. And Eagles at the Cowboys. We're going with the Cowboys. So those are my picks, guys. As always, let me know what you guys like with my picks. If you like, if you don't like, any suggestions, any changes, or who you would pick, your favorite teams. And most importantly, your game day foods, whatever you would like to have for your game day meals. Keto, low carb. Let's keep it going. Week 3. Enjoy, guys.
Enjoy. And please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey, Towners. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. All ingredients and directions are listed in the description box below each video. And as always, thank you guys for watching.